Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It is me, Lasty here. Welcome today to a brand new episode of the FC24 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Happy Sunday, friends. Episode number 266 today. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Sit back, relax, enjoy, grab a drink, grab a snack, and we will get through this episode together. If you fancy it, hit me with a little thumbs up. That would be absolutely great and much appreciated. Thank you very much. Subscribe as well if you're new. This is the starting 11 team that I've sort of got currently. We are going to go through some daily SBCs, some more grind with some not so daily SBCs, but like player picks and stuff that have been there the whole time. And then we'll move on into, I think I've got a couple games of the start of my weekend league. Maybe is it the first 5 games? I think it's the first 5 games, which is actually all I've played up until this moment in time that I'm recording. So we are putting Lukic in the starting 11. And I also have my global loan or timed loan, whatever you want to call it, Gvardiol, because obviously great card, but he's just a global loan. Now, the one weird thing is that I end up playing some squad battles at some point off camera that you won't see in this one, and weirdly enough, Gvardiol runs out of contract. Well, that's a bit weird. So I think everyone's global contract players might be a little bit messed up. Is that right? Is that wrong? I think possibly so. And if that is the case, then we, of course, have a little bit of an issue on our hands with this new global loan system, because it shouldn't run out of contracts, right? It should just be a player that is good to go for the whole length of the whole length of the however long the global loan is going to be. But anyway, I'm doing the final day's worth of 83 times 10s. I will begin with the 85 times 5s tomorrow. We should also get like squad battles rewards and stuff for tomorrow. I don't know if they've changed, by the way. Well, there's one way I can check. I guess they probably haven't changed at all. Let me go on to squad battles. Your rank. I mean, gold 3 currently. I mean, come on. So gold 3 will get. Yeah, still Tots max 90. They didn't make it like max 92 or anything after Ultimate Tots and the start of the Euros promo. That's cool. It is what it is. We'll take the red players, and there'll probably be ones that we've already got, so that will lead to more fodder in the club, which is good because they are bringing out some absolute banger SBCs lately. I'm seeing like Didier Drogba, Joe Gomez. And Luis Diaz even looks good to me. I would quite like to do that one, but I'm kind of holding off at the moment because there are so many. So we'll see which one I decide to do in tomorrow's episode, probably. I am going to start the Evo, though, on Elise, because how could I not want this card? A 95 Elise would be absolutely cracked. So I'm looking forward to unlocking it. Now, with that, it meant that I played some squad battles off camera, like I said. We get up to a 90 rated version. We're already up to 98 dribbling, which is pretty cool. And then grab ourselves probably just our daily packs. But I'm not sure if I even get anything from these, so I might not even show you what we end up getting from it. If so, maybe I'll show you a couple of them. I must get the odd walkout, surely. Yeah, we must do. If otherwise, I wouldn't have put it in. I think this is a Kante, if I can remember correctly. It is. So yeah, not the greatest stuff from my daily packs, but obviously the main thing we're looking for is once we get into a pack, we're looking for that flare to instantly just be not gold and to be some sort of different color, because there are 4 new card designs out for the Euros, the Copa America, the Heroes, and the Icons. So any of that stuff is what we want to see. And obviously, if you pack yourself like a Euros player, it would look a little something like, well, what's coming up right now, because we actually unlock Andreas Christensen, who, by the way, looks like an unbelievable centre-back. Red lines with green background, or red flares with green background. We end up getting ourselves the Dane, the Great Dane, you could say. 93 rated Christensen, 90 pace, 96 defending, 91 physical. I know that I recently packed Araujo from Barca, the red Tots version, and I've also got Koundé. But I don't know. I kind of think this might be one of the better centre backs. He might be better than both of them. And if that's the case, that's okay because, we're a few weeks down the line. The only thing he doesn't have is any version of Anticipate. But actually, I realized recently that both Vidic and Kunde don't have any of it. Is it Kunde or Upamecano? I think it was Kunde. Yeah, for the longest time I was using Kunde and Vidic, right? So I think it's those two that don't actually have Anticipate in grey, and I genuinely thought that they were both brilliant. So maybe I don't defend like that. Maybe I try manual defending too much, which is probably why I concede so many goals. But yeah, I stopped. I did for a while. I moved on to the advanced defending or whatever, where you can then just hold A or X on PlayStation, and it kind of lunges into the tackle for you. But I kind of stopped doing that, and I've gone back to pressing B or circle for my stand tackles, and then obviously the other one for my slide tackles. So maybe that's an error on my part. Maybe I should definitely be going back to whatever that OP method of defending was. And if I'm not doing that and I'm still getting the odd 11 wins, then I'm obviously doing something all right. Here's another little batch of player picks then. You'll see quite a few of these throughout the video because we did obviously a batch of 30 at the end of yesterday's episode, or 35, 38 player picks, whatever it was. And we ended up getting 3 Festival of Football players, 2 Path to Glories from the Euros and 1 from Copa America. But we got some walkouts in that little batch, but no special item. I am, when possible, going to be putting stuff back into the Team of the Week player picks, simply because I think currently my game is messed up a little bit, where, when you go into an SBC and the requirement says requires a Team of the Week or TOTS or whatever. Mine says player group 27.xy. It's just messed up. It's just code. It's bugged. And I don't know if it's just my account or if it's everyone's on console at the moment. But yeah, it looks as though even with the 85 times 5s that have just come out, and even in like the Drogba SBC, you can put Team of the Weeks in, and it doesn't have to be TOTS. So that's kind of good. So I will keep doing this SBC because a lot of the time, it's often that you come out with at least an 87 from this now. It feels like they've juiced it a little bit. Anyway, let's do another little batch of 10 then. See if we can get a special card in this one or a bunch of walkouts. So far, not so good. 84, 81, 82, 82. Okay, I've also got a sneeze brewing. When you sort of feel it. Okay. I always, as a kid, got told to say cabbages, 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 cabbages. But I don't know if that was legit or not. I mean, the sneeze has kind of gone, so maybe it does work. But it's not the coolest word to say, is it? Anyway, back onto another Team of the Week player pick. I could have gone with an 88 Bastoni, but I've ended up taking a 90 Osimhen. We actually packed him recently, but I obviously put him into an SBC somewhere, and I'm glad I did because we wouldn't really want a duplicate Team of the Week. I have been recycling my 89s and 90s. I've been putting 89s and 90 rated golds into exchange packs to then obviously get the packs, hopefully get something from the 51 player packs. I'm yet to have got anything really. And then from that, obviously turn those players into player picks. Do player picks, hope I get something from that, and repeat until either we run out or we get a really good card or whatever it may be. So I don't think it's the smartest method of like grinding out the club right now. I don't think there really is. I see everyone on my timeline saying, how do I get fodder then? There's all these good SBCs. How on earth do I get fodder? Oh, by the way, this was a strange batch of player picks, this batch of 10. 3 walkouts out of the first 4. But they're all dupes. And I'm just taking the highest rated player each time here. It turns out I'm getting a duplicate. The highest rated player each and every time basically was a dupe in this one. It was weird. We are up to 1, 2, 3, 4 walkouts and a couple 85s so far. No, it was 5 walkouts and 2 85s in a batch of 10. That's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, we obviously did all right there. We're also starting the next batch of 10 with a couple of walkouts and all duplicates so far. So my club was obviously relatively stacked in that like upper echelon of 84 plus golds. But then I've also got quite a lot of special TOTS cards, which I don't ever plan on using. So I think whatever SBC I end up doing, whether I go down the route of Didier Drogba or Joe Gomez or whatever it may be, I actually think that I am going to have enough fodder to get the SBC done in one, pretty much. Take an 87 Sadio Mane from that Team of the Week pick. And then with all of those duplicates, I decided that I could put all of those in and just 187, I think, and then maybe an 85, something like that. And I could get this 96 rated Chetri, which obviously that seems like a no-brainer because what a card. What an absolute legend. This SBC seems like it was absolutely made for Zwayback. I bet Zway has a full weekend league run through with that card, and I bet he gets a ridiculous score because he's just quality, and I love Zway. I've said that many a time, but yeah, time for us to redeem our champs qualification entry and head on into game number 1. Take a look at this for the first team. Wow, that is near perfection. There are some absolute gems in there, some really, really, really nice cards. It took me 3 minutes, though, to go 1-0 up. I thought, oh, maybe we'll get a nice, easy win in game number 1. But obviously not. I might as well give away a penalty after 9 minutes. And he'd evoed a red Sergio Ramos. I've not seen the 96 rated Ramos. That is scary because I know how good that 95 would have been. So yeah, that's annoying. This guy had the 94 Drogba. I wonder if they'll be up. Well, probably won't be. If you've got a first owner Drogba, I imagine you won't be upgrading to the new Drogba. But if you weren't a bit like me, I think I want to get Drogba because I didn't manage to pack the Galazzo one. We ended up like losing money on him as well. So if I could redeem myself by getting a nice first owner one that is just via an SBC, then I think that will be, I think that would be ideal. But as you can see, my opponent ended up bringing on a red Evo'd Rashford that's 93 rated, a red Evo'd R9, it went to extra time. I got like an 80th minute goal to put me in the lead, and then my opponent just like paused it, switched something up, turned on the style, and oh my god, it was so stressful. I was like, mate, this is literally game 1 of my weekend league, and I'm coming up against a full-on super sweat with his like just really, really good, really crazy team. We had a very even match, as you can see right there. But I ended up losing 7-4, and I was just like, you know what? Some people genuinely just want it more than me. It is an odd occurrence playing the weekend league in June because it is full of the hardcore on this game, and that is not always the most fun thing to play against. Let's just put it that way, right? I'm sure you will know all about that if you have played the weekend league in the latter stages of the game, but it can be absolute carnage. Now, that's not to say that, you know, my team isn't absolutely phenomenal at this stage, and, you know, I feel like I've been playing all right lately, so I should be one of those sweats as well, which I probably am to some people, but there just seem to be a larger percent of people that are better than me than when we used to play a few months ago when there were more casuals on. Basically, I'm trying to say that the casuals have dropped off, I think. Another crazy team to come up against. Let's see if we can get a little dub ski against this one. Vasquez running down the wing, whips one in for Sorloth. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you reckon Drogba's going to be better than him? I don't know. I reckon they'll be really similar, you know. But then Drogba would obviously be more beneficial for chemistry, etc. We'll see, we'll see. But anyway, I get a 2-0 rage quit in that one, finally. Well, not finally, but thankfully, a nice easy-ish win in that one is much appreciated. And then the next opponent has this squad right here, full of cool Evos, and then also a red Giroud. Already got the 95 Elise, by the way, who I was starting the 90 rated one in my squad because that would get the... I needed to play some champs or rivals with my Elise to get him up to... Or no, I've got a 95 one in my squad, right, at this point in time, but it's just not... It's not the fully evolved one. So I was using him to start off with, but I was realizing that he wasn't anywhere near as good as Salah. So it might have already been a wasted Evo. But once I get the full version, I'll give him a nice go, see how he feels. But I just think Salah might be clear, just mainly because of that finesse shot. I use that and use and abuse that so much on this game. It's nutty. But anyway, in a game where I thought I was coming back, and, you know, we end up getting a nice goal here to make it 4-3, and I kept piling on the pressure to try and get back in this one. My opponent just ends up scoring again and again, and I end up losing again. So I'm 2-2 right now, thinking, wow, 11 wins feels a long way away. And hey, probably feels like it might not even be possible this week. But we shall see as the time goes on. Hopefully we'll have a good little run where we can get like 5 wins in a row or something and make life a little bit easier. But for now, the final game of the episode, I end up going 1-0 up. I end up going 2-0 up. And we end up getting a third goal right here. I mean, it's a bit of a dodgy one. I feel like maybe I should have got a penalty for Sorloth falling down in the box there. But either way, I grabbed the ball back with Vinicius, green timed it into the back of the net, and we get the rage quit. So, 3-2. Not the greatest of starts. Considering for the last few weeks we've been 11-4, I've only got a couple more losses in me and a whole lot of wins if I'm going to keep up with that sort of record ratio, whatever you want to call it. My friends, we've reached the end of the episode for today. If you have enjoyed, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. We have 3 players of Christensen. I rate him. Elise, I rate him as well to a point. He doesn't feel as good as Salah, but obviously to get a free 95 rated card just for your time seems like a great idea. And I mean, like, obviously having Lukic in the squad, Musiala in the team, it's quite fun, isn't it? Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Have a great day, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.